चाहा तुझे मेरी खता नहीं, मेरी खता है कि तुझे पता नहीं। मैंने चाहा तुझे मेरी खता नहीं, मेरी खता है कि तुझे पता नहीं। तेरे नाल प्रीता लाइया, ओ तेरे नाल प्रीता लाइया। वे माही तैनू खबर नहीं, तेरे नाल प्रीता लाइया। वे माही तैनू खबर नहीं, ओ किन्ने साल इंतजार में बिताया, ओ किन्ने साल इंतजार में बिताया। वे माही तैनू खबर नहीं, वे माही तैनू खबर नहीं। तेरे नाल प्रीता लाइया, वे माही तैनू खबर नहीं। मैंने चाहा तुझे मेरी खता नहीं, मेरी खता है कि तुझे पता नहीं। मैंने चाहा तुझे मेरी खता नहीं, मेरी खता है कि तुझे पता नहीं। कुछ दिन मेरे यार पुराने की हो गया, की हो गया, की हो गया हो। तेरे नहीं क्यों होश ठिकाने की हो गया, की हो गया, की हो गया हो। कमले नु तेरे होर किसे दी, कमले नु माही तैनू खबर नहीं। तेरे नाल प्रीता लाइया, वे माही तैनू खबर नहीं। मैंने चाहा तुझे मेरी खता नहीं, मेरी खता है तुझे पता नहीं। मैंने चाहा तुझे मेरी खता नहीं, मेरी खता है कि तुझे पता नहीं। यारा तेरी कहानी में हो जिक्र मेरा, कहीं तेरी खामोशी में हो फिकर मेरा। रुख तेरा जिधर का हो उधर मेरा। तेरी बाहों तलक ही है ये सफर मेरा। ओ माही, 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 ओ माही। मेरी वफा पे हक हुआ तेरा। ओ माही, माही वे, ओ माही, 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 ओ माही। तो मैं कयामत तक हुआ तेरा, तो मैं कयामत तक हुआ तेरा। बातों को बहने दो, बाहों में रहने दो, है सुकून इनमें। रस्ते वो बेगाने, झूठे वो अफसाने, तू न हो जिनमें। सजनी रे कैसे कटे दिन रात, कैसे हो तुझसे बात, तेरी याद सतावे रे। ओ सजनी रे कैसे कटे दिन रात, कैसे मिले तेरा साथ, तेरी याद सतावे रे। कैसे घने रे बदरा भिरे, तेरी कमी की बारिश लिए, सैलाब जो मेरे सीने में है, कोई बताए ये कैसे थमे, तेरे बिना अब कैसे जिए। ओ सजनी रे कैसे कटे दिन रात, कैसे हो तुझसे बात, तेरी याद सतावे रे। ओ सजनी रे कैसे कटे दिन रात, कैसे हो तुझसे बात, तेरी याद सतावे रे। ओ सजनी रे फलक से मैं सितारे तोड़ के जमीन पे लाऊंगा, इजाजत दे जहां भी हो तेरी खुशी ले आऊंगा। कोई जगह ना पता जहां न तू हो दिखा, तेरे नाम से शुरू है हर दुआ, तेरे नाम से नाम जुड़ा के, तेरी राह में शाम सजा के, रब तुझको मान लिया जो तेरे संग इश्क हुआ। वो तेरे नाम से नाम जुड़ा के, तेरी राह में शाम सजा के, रब तुझको मान लिया जो तेरे संग इश्क हुआ।
शहर में हूँ तूने मुझे बसा दिया, तू है किनारा तो लहर में हूँ, आके तुझे है छू लिया।
तेरी सांसों में घुल गया हूँ, तेरे छूने से खिल गया हूँ, तेरी बातों ने ये क्या कर दिया। कोई जगह ना पता जहाँ तू हो दिखा, तेरे नाम से शुरू है हर दुआ, तेरे नाम से नाम जुड़ा के, तेरी राह में शाम सजा के, रब तुझको मान लिया जो तेरे संग इश्क हुआ। तेरे नाम से नाम जुड़ा के, तेरी राह में शाम सजा के, रब तुझको मान लिया जो तेरे संग इश्क हुआ। तेरे संग, तेरे संग, तेरे संग इश्क हुआ, इश्क हुआ, इश्क हुआ। तेरे संग, तेरे संग, तेरे संग इश्क हुआ। वे कमलिया, वे कमलिया, वे कमलिया मेरे नादान दिल। वे कमलिया, वे कमलिया, वे कमलिया मेरे नादान दिल। दो नैनों के पेचीदा सा गलियारे, इनमें खोकर तू मिलता है कहाँ। तुझको अंबर से पिंजरे ज्यादा प्यारे, उड़ जा कहने से सुनता भी तू है कहाँ। गल सुन ले आ, गल सुन ले आ, वे कमलिया मेरे नादान दिल। वे कमलिया, वे कमलिया, वे कमलिया मेरे नादान दिल। क्या करना है तो प्यार कर, पूरी दिल बाग कर कमलिया। वे कमलिया मन मर्जी करके देख ले, बदले में सब कुछ हार कर कमलिया। वे कमलिया मर्जी तेरी, जी भर ले आ। वे कमलिया मेरे नादान दिल। वे कमलिया, वे कमलिया, वे कमलिया मेरे नादान दिल। ऐसी मुलाकातें होती रहे, तू जो मेरे पास रहे, जादू सा यूं चलता रहे।
होना है जिससे वो हो जाने दो, खोना है इससे तो खो जाने दो। दूर से तो होगा नहीं, थोड़ा तो करीब आने दो।
लाखों मिले कोई भी ना तुमसा मिला, ओ मेरा ये दिल तेरी ओर चलता गया ना रुका। मेरे यारा, मेरे यारा, मान जाना मेरे यारा।
आके मुझे थाम ले, तू भी मेरा नाम ले।
मेरे यारा, मान जाना मेरे यारा। बेरंगे थे दिन, बेरंगी शामें आई है तुमसे रंगियां। भीगे थे लम्हे जीने में सारे, आई है तुमसे नमकीनियां। बेइरादा रास्तों की बन गए हो मंजिलें, मुश्किलें है तू ही से या तू ही हो मुश्किलें। तुम क्या मिले, तुम क्या मिले, हम ना रहे हम, तुम क्या मिले। जैसे मेरे दिल में खिले फागुन के मौसम, तुम क्या मिले, तुम क्या मिले, तुम क्या मिले, तुम क्या मिले, तुम क्या मिले। कोरे कागजों की तरह है इश्क बिना जवानियां।
दर्ज हुई है शायरी में जिनकी है प्रेम कहानियां।
हम जमाने की निगाहों में कभी गुमनाम थे,
अपने चर्चे कर रही है अब शहर की
कैसे छुपाए अखियां करे जी हजूरी मांगे है तेरी मंजूरी कजरा सियाही दिन रंग जाए तेरी कस्तूरी रैन जगाए मन मस्त मगन बस तेरा नाम दोहराए मन मस्त मगन बस तेरा नाम दोहराए चाहे भी तो भूल न पाए मन मस्त मगन बस तेरा नाम दोहराए मन मस्त मगन तेरा नाम दोहराए
जोगिया जोग लगा के बखरा रोग लगा के इश्क की धूनी रोज जलाए उठता धुआं तो कैसे छुपाए
मन मस्त मगन बस तेरा नाम दोहराए मन मस्त मगन बस तेरा नाम दोहराए चाहे भी तो भूल न पाए मन मस्त मगन बस तेरा नाम दोहराए मन मस्त मगन तेरा नाम दोहराए ओढ़ के धानी प्रीत की चादर आया तेरे शहर में रांझा तेरा दुनिया जमाना झूठा फसाना जीने मरने का वादा साचा मेरा
शीश महल मुझको सुहाए
तुझ संग सूखी रोटी भाए मन मस्त मगन बस तेरा नाम दोहराए मन मस्त मगन बस तेरा नाम दोहराए चाहे भी तो भूल न पाए मन मस्त मगन बस तेरा नाम दोहराए मन मस्त मगन तेरा नाम दोहराए जोगिया एक तू ही जोग है मेरा, दिल हो गया रोगिया और तू ही रोग है मेरा। मन जोगिया जोगिया एक तू ही जोग है मेरा। दिल हो गया रोगिया और तू ही रोग है मेरा। उम्र भर मैं तेरी परवाह करूं के मर जाऊं जो तुझे रुसवा करूं। तू सपने देखे जिन्हें मैं पूरा करूं के अब तो रब भी है दूजा पहला है तू। नेह का धागा जो लगायूं ना तोड़ जाना तू, ना छोड़ जाना तू, ना छोड़ जाना तू।
नेह का धागा जो लगायूं ना तोड़ जाना तू, ना छोड़ जाना तू, ना छोड़ जाना तू।
तेरे बिना मैं मेरे बिना तू जचता नहीं। दिल पे जो नाम और कोई रचता नहीं।
तेरे बिना मैं मेरे बिना तू जचता नहीं। दिल पे जो नाम और कोई रचता नहीं। हाँ संग तेरा जरूरी है नाम मंजूर दूरी है। मेरे हंसने पे रोने पे हक बस है तेरा।
कि हर सुबह देखूं मैं चेहरा तेरा। तू सांसें बन जा मैं धड़कूं दिल की तरह। हाँ मेरी पलकों से ओझल होना तू ना कि तुझको देखे बिना ना रह पाऊंगा।
मन जोगिया जोगिया एक तू ही जोग है मेरा। दिल हो गया रोगिया और तू ही रोग है मेरा।
मन जोगिया जोगिया एक तू ही जोग है मेरा। दिल हो गया रोगिया और तू ही रोग है मेरा। नेह का धागा जो लगायूं ना तोड़ जाना तू, ना छोड़ जाना तू, ना छोड़ जाना तू।
नेह का धागा जो लगायूं ना तोड़ जाना तू, ना छोड़ जाना तू, ना छोड़ जाना तू।
बदले तेरे माही लाके जो कोई सारी दुनिया भी दे दे अगर तो किसे दुनिया चाहिए। तू है तो मुझे फिर और क्या चाहिए। तू है तो मुझे फिर और क्या चाहिए। किसी की ना मदद ना दुआ चाहिए। तू है तो मुझे फिर और क्या चाहिए। सुनहारिए जिंद जानिए 100 बार जन्म लूं तो भी तू ही हमदम हर दफा चाहिए। तू है तो मुझे फिर और क्या चाहिए। तू है तो मुझे फिर और क्या चाहिए। किसी की ना मदद ना दुआ चाहिए। तू है तो मुझे फिर और क्या चाहिए। तू ही है, तू ही है, तू ही हो जब तक तेरी नींद न टूटे उगता नहीं है सूरज मेरा। जब तक तेरी नींद न टूटे उगता नहीं है सूरज मेरा। ख्वाब रहे किस काम के मेरे ख्वाब से प्यारा तू सच मेरा। सुन तेरा छुआ चाहिए, तू है तो मुझे फिर और क्या चाहिए। तू है तो मुझे फिर और क्या चाहिए। किसी की ना मदद ना दुआ चाहिए। तू है तो मुझे फिर और क्या चाहिए। नफासत नजाकत ये शौक़ ये शरारत ये नफासत नजाकत। बहुत खूबसूरत हो बहुत खूबसूरत हो। आप सर से पाँव तक दिल झूम झूम दिल झूम झूम दिल झूम झूम जाए। तुम्हें हूर हूर किसी हूर हूर हाँ हूर साए पाए। दिल झूम झूम दिल झूम झूम दिल झूमता रह जाए। सबसे जुदा है तेरी अदाएं दिल तेरा कायल हो ही गया। जुल्फें तेरी काली घटाएं धूप में बादल मिल ही गया। ये तेरी निगाहें करम फरमा है तू मुझ पे हुआ मेहरबान। मैं कैसे भुलाऊं आपकी नायत। बहुत खूबसूरत हो बहुत खूबसूरत हो। आप सर से पाँव तक दिल झूम झूम दिल झूम झूम दिल झूम झूम जाए। दिल झूम झूम दिल झूम झूम दिल झूम झूम जाए। तुम्हें हूर हूर किसी हूर हूर हाँ हूर साए पाए। दिल झूम झूम दिल झूम झूम दिल झूम तरह जाए। बातें तेरी जैसे दुआएं, मैं इनमें शामिल हो ही गया। दिल में तुम्हारे थोड़ा सा हिस्सा हाँ मुझको हासिल हो ही गया। ये दिल भी तुम्हारा तुम्हारी तरह है, जो खुशियाँ मुझे दे रहा हो तुम जिस भी जगह पे, वहीं पे हो रौनक। बहुत खूबसूरत हो, बहुत खूबसूरत हो, आप सर से पाँव तक। दिल झूम झूम, दिल झूम झूम, दिल झूम झूम जाए। दिल झूम झूम, दिल झूम झूम, दिल झूम झूम जाए। तुम्हें हूर हूर किसी हूर हूर, हाँ हूर सा ये पाए। दिल झूम झूम, दिल झूम झूम, दिल झूमता रह जाए। झूमता रह जाए। खुदा अब बनाता नहीं ऐसे चेहरे, निगाहें जा जा के हाँ जिन पे ठहरे, जिन्हें देखने से मिले दिल को राहत। बहुत खूबसूरत हो आप सर से पाँव तक। मिला हूँ अब जो तुमसे, है दिल को मेरे कसम से सुकून मिला, सुकून मिला। तुझे है पाया रब से, है दिल को मेरे कसम से सुकून मिला, सुकून मिला। हर पल हंसी सा हुआ है, सांसों को तूने छुआ है। बड़ी तुझसे नजदीकियां, सुकून मिला, सुकून मिला। मिला हूँ अब जो तुमसे, है दिल को मेरे कसम से सुकून मिला, सुकून मिला। जब से जुड़ा तुझसे जिया, चैनो करार दिल को मिला। जब से जुड़ा तुझसे जिया, चैनो करार दिल को मिला। जब भी रहूं संग तेरे, भूलूं हर गम शिकवा गिला। तेरे इश्क का ही नशा है, मेरी रूह तक में बसा है। तूने आंखों से जो छुआ, सुकून मिला, सुकून मिला। मिला हूँ अब जो तुमसे, है दिल को मेरे कसम से सुकून मिला, सुकून मिला। तेरा। ना हो के भी करीब तू हमेशा पास था, के 100 जन्म भी देखता मैं तेरा रास्ता।
ना हो के भी करीब तू हमेशा पास था, के 100 जन्म भी देखती मैं तेरा रास्ता।
जो भी है सब मेरा तेरे हवाले कर दिया, जिस्म का हर रुआ तेरे हवाले कर दिया।
जो भी है सब मेरा तेरे हवाले कर दिया, जिस्म का हर रुआ तेरे हवाले कर दिया। देखा ज़माना सारा भरम है, इश्क इबादत इश्क करम है, मेरा ठिकाना तेरे ही दहलीज़ हो। मैं हूँ दीवारे छत है पिया तू, रब की मुझे नेमत है पिया तू, मेरे लिए तू बरकत का तावीज़।
जरा कभी मेरी नजर से खुद को देख भी, है चांद में भी दाग पर न तुझ में एक भी। खुद पे हक मेरा तेरे हवाले कर दिया, जिस्म का हर रुआ तेरे हवाले कर दिया।
जो भी है सब मेरा तेरे हवाले कर दिया, जिस्म का हर रुआ तेरे हवाले कर दिया। मैनू चढ़िया इश्क में रंग तेरा एक हो गया, अंग मेरा अंग तेरा। रब मिलिया जद मिलिया, माही मैनू संग तेरा।
दो पल की क्यों है जिंदगी, इस प्यार को है सदियां काफी नहीं, तो खुदा से मांग लूं मोहलत में एक नई, रहना है बस यहाँ, अब दूर तुझसे जाना नहीं, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है, सुहाना हर दर्द है, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है। तेरी मुस्कुराहटे है ताकत मेरी, मुझको इन्हीं से उम्मीद मिली, चाहे करे कोई सितम ये जहां, इनमें ही है सदा हिफाजत मेरी, जिंदगानी बड़ी खूबसूरत हुई, जन्नत अब और क्या होगी कहीं, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है, सुहाना हर दर्द है, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है। तेरी धड़कनों से है जिंदगी मेरी, ख्वाहिशें तेरी अब दुआएं मेरी, कितना अनोखा बंधन है ये, तेरी मेरी जान जो एक हुई, लौटूंगा यहाँ तेरे पास मैं, वादा है मेरा मर भी जाऊं कहीं, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है, सुहाना हर दर्द है, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है, हमदर्द है, हमदर्द है, हमदर्द है, हमदर्द है।
Welcome to Fin Compass. So today we are going to see on how to identify a multi-bagger stock using a screener website which is completely free, and I'll be walking you through a step-by-step approach on how to use this query, where to use this query and all those aspects, and we'll try to filter the stocks, right? Most of the investors spends hours of time in understanding about a company. They read about the company's P&L, they see the charts, they hear it from their friends, all these things, and finally they end up picking up a mediocre stocks. What they're not doing is they're not understanding, or they're not reading about the facts and data of those companies in a clear manner, and they end up investing in a mediocre company. But what if I tell you, you can actually do all these activities in less than 10 minutes? And you know what? There are 5,000 plus stocks which is listed under NSE, and it is difficult. Practically, it is difficult for anyone to go understand all these 5,000 plus companies manually and try to pick them and start investing in each and every company or whichever the companies a person is selecting. So today I will show you how exactly this filter works, which you can use it in the screener app, and why each filter matters, and the biggest mistake each investors make while screening for a stock. And finally, at the end, I will provide you a complete query which you can use in the screener website to filter out and shortlist the stocks. So let's begin. Why 90% of investors never finds a winning stock? Let me ask you a simple question. Imagine it is 2010. You have invested 1 lakh in some random stock because someone on TV recommended it, or you picked the stock from a newspaper recommendation. And your friend buys another stock because it was trending. But a third one spends just 10 minutes looking at company financials before investing. Let's fast forward 10 years. Who do you think would have made most money? The answer isn't luck. It's purely a process. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. Most of my friends approach me and they ask, which stock should I buy? Can this stock actually double or it can go up? Is it too late for an entry at this particular point for this stock? You know what? These are all really a wrong question. The right question is, how do I actually identify a great business before they even become popular? But the harsh reality of the market is the retail investors picks up the stock which already has reached 100%. And then the news channel comes into picture, they start talking about it. Oh, this stock is actually gone up and the company has invested in so and so. And the YouTube content creators, they also start making the videos. And then the usual cycle begins. The friends start sharing the videos and then it becomes popular. The investment starts. So this is a fake bubble, right? Unfortunately, this is not a smart money investing. So today, instead of discussing all these like trending stocks or whichever is buzz in the market, instead of discussing tips, instead of discussing the predictions, I'm going to show you something much more powerful. A powerful framework, a process, a system, a method that can help you to discover quality companies by yourself. Just think, you own a company and you wanted to hire one employee, but you receive 5,000 plus applications. Would you interview all 5,000 people? Of course not, right? You will actually have some kind of a filtration process. You would look for a very minimum degree from the particular candidate, an experience, relevant skills, a clean track of record. You will apply all these filters and finally you'll get a handful number of candidates. Stock is something very similar to it. Indian stock market actually has more than 5,000 plus companies. You know, some are really excellent, some are very average, and some we should completely avoid it. But the challenge here is, how do we actually identify these exceptional these businesses, which is like a hidden gem out of this 1,000 plus stocks? Because one great stock can change your financial future. Not overnight, not through luck, but just through compounding. Imagine finding a stock before the mutual fund accumulates it, or an analyst starts covering it, financial media talks about it. That's where the real wealth creation begins. The process I'm going to show you today is not based on any predictions. It is based on numbers. The numbers doesn't have any emotions. They're ruthless. The numbers doesn't follow any social media trend. The numbers tells the truth. And here is the interesting part. When we start applying these filters one by one, you will see thousands of stocks disappearing instantly. By end of the video, one small number of companies which will survive. Those survivors are the companies that deserves further research, and some of the names that appears may genuinely surprise you. I should have never heard of such companies which aggregate. This is the NSE website which I was highlighting about, where all Indian stocks are getting highlighted or listed. So here, as on 12th June 2026, after market close, 3,390 stocks are traded overall. Let me get inside. So here we get the complete list of stocks which has been traded, or they have taken it for stock purchase, option trading, future trading, all those things. So at the end, you can actually see there are around 68 pages. So it has so many number of stocks which is listed, and the retail investors invest on these stocks. And now let's move on to the screener website. And this how the screener website would look like. The website URL is screener.in. And let's go get inside and log into this particular page. Once you click login, you will find either with your email ID or with Google. So I clicked Google and immediately it got logged in. And once after you log in, this is how the dashboard would look. So we'll start with these 3000 plus stocks, whichever is listed in NSE as on today. One by one, we are going to apply the filters. Every filter will act like a security guard. The weaker companies will get removed, average companies will definitely get removed, and the poor companies will also be washed out. Only the strongest businesses which would survive will stay back, and we will do a further research on that. Before we start applying the filter, comment below how many stocks do you think will survive after we apply the condition. 1000, 500, 50, 20. Keep the guess in your mind, because by end of the video we will see the actual numbers. The framework we are going to build has 4 pillars. Pillar 1 is growth. Is the company increasing profits and sales? Pillar 2, the financial health. Can this company survive difficult times? Something like this war, the pandemic, or something of that sort. Pillar 3 is the valuation. Are we paying a fair value for this company? And pillar 4, does the company deserve our money? Every filter we use today belongs to one of these 4 pillar categories. Let's start with understanding our first filter, EPS, which is earnings per share. The basic formula for this particular share is the net income of the company divided by total number of the shares outstanding. For an example, let us take the net income of the company is around 100 CR, and the total number of shares which is available in the market is around 10 CR. So when we divide these two things, we are getting earnings per share as 10 rupees. Now think that the company's net income grows from 100 CR to 200 CR. In such a scenario, the person who's holding the company share will get 20 rupees as earnings per share. And similarly, whenever the company's growth is increasing, automatically your earnings per share will also increase. And now let's see how this can be used in the Screener app, and we'll be able to filter some stocks. Now let's get into the Screener website. So under Screener website, you can see feed, screens and tools. So click on to screens and create new screen. So here let's enter our first filter, which is EPS. If you give tab, this will get applied, and then you should give last year written as greater than 20%. Okay, so EPS is earnings per share of last year, which is greater than 20%. And now let us run this query. So this is nothing but, if you check on this one, it will only provide where the March 26 results are out. For those companies, this particular query will get executed and then you will get the result. So now I'm not checking out this particular box. I'm just directly running on the entire stock, whichever it is available. Let's see the result. So once I click this one, I'm seeing this particular window where 888 stocks are getting listed in 36 pages. So the first stock is Srinivas L and F. This is a stock where the earnings per share is around 240.83 rupees. Clear? Now let's get back and try to change this for 3 years. I'll remove this query and I'll put EPS 3 years greater than 20%. And again, let me run the query. So now Srinivas is gone and Eureka Industries is in the first. And you can see this EPS value for 3 years, which is 35.29%. So now how many stocks are written? Around 1779 stocks, and we have 72 pages, which is listed here. Okay, let's get back. We'll do one more. Let's delete EPS of 5 years greater than 20%. So this 20% it is left to you. If you wanted to increase or decrease, you can try changing this and you can play around with this particular number based on your kind of stock selection strategy. So again, Eureka still stands in the first place, but the earnings per share value has percentage has actually changed. It is 85.56. So now you can see here, which is the total number of stocks which is returned is around 1482 stocks. Around 60 pages we have. I believe you would have understood how we are using this earnings per share in the screens. Next, we are going to see about PEG ratio, which is nothing but price per earning to the growth. Okay, so this indicator actually gives an idea of whether we are overpaying for a stock or not. For an example, you have a product, something like a shirt or a shoes or something, which costs way cheaper. For example, it is available for 100 rupees. Will you pay 10,000 rupees and buy that particular product? Obviously not, right? The same thing, to identify for a stock, this PEG ratio would actually help. So what should be the PEG ratio? How this PEG ratio can help us in identifying it? So here we will type this query called PEG ratio should be greater than, not greater than, it should be less than 1. So in such a scenario, what we get is the fastest growing companies which is available at a reasonable price. So let's run this query, and here we are having 2752 number of stocks which is getting listed. So whatever the PEG ratio you're seeing here are less than 1. Okay. Now the next filter is the debt filter. And this is something, the financial disaster for any companies. You know what? Many companies, they don't fail because of the competition which is available in the market, but they fail because of their debt, whichever they're carrying. Debt becomes dangerous when the interest rate rises, when the sales actually slows down, when the economy weakens, when there is a war, when there is some uncertainties which is there in the market, and some kind of speculation which is there. So in all these scenarios, this debt thing becomes a disaster for any company. So now how this can actually help us? Let's try to put another query and we'll learn how to use this debt function. So debt to equity is the query which we'll be using it now. Debt to equity ratio should be less than 1. Okay, so we'll keep this debt to equity ratio as less than 1 and run the query. And we are seeing these are the companies where their debt ratios are very low. 4,238 stocks which is having their debt to equity ratio as less than 1. Okay, the highest debt to equity ratio is a riskier company. The next filter which we are going to discuss, which is more powerful, and this will actually remove some major chunk of the stock instantly. Yes, so this is nothing but the market capitalization, because many tiny companies, they actually have poor governance, low liquidity, and they have higher risks. Some level or to a good extent of established company, they can actually sustain any kind of market disasters or any kind of government policies which they come in place. So the market capitalization plays a crucial role for any company to survive for a longer duration. So how we can actually use this as a filter to actually identify or to remove the ones which are very low or poor quality stocks. So for this the query is market capitalization. Let's say it should have more than 10,000 crores. Okay, so let's put this and run our query, and we are seeing only 575 companies are listed as of now. So for the first one which says PNG, and the market cap, okay, so market cap is here itself. So 29,193.56 crore is the market capitalization for this company. So market capitalization is very powerful. So this removes all the small cap players or who are having very less kind of market acquisitions. So this will be eliminated. Only dominating players who are having stabilized market positioning will get listed as of now. The next most important query which you need to learn for the screener website is ROCE. ROCE is nothing but return on capital employed. So the formula for this one is earning before interest and taxes divided by the capital employed, and this particular value should be in percentage. So this is nothing but the amount which the company is earning before they pay the tax, which will be divided by the total capital which they have invested in that particular business. This is the simple way to remember it. Okay, so now let's get into the query, how we can actually use this query and filter the stock. So return on capital employed should be greater than 30%. Let's keep this and let's run this query, and you can see here the listed stocks are around 396 stocks. So Eureka Industries, Srinivas, Orosil, Magnus Steel, so these are the companies are having a very good return. Okay, so now with all these learnings, I will try to give a kind of a query, a list of queries. Let's collate all the queries together and see a final result of stocks, of filtered stocks on which we can work upon and we can start investing. Based on our learnings, we have understood what is EPS, market capitalization, what is debt to equity ratio, and what is ROCE, and a few more. So, and there are thousands and thousands of queries or thousands financial terms which is available. I have not covered much in this particular video, which I'll be like trying to cover in the upcoming videos. But as of now, I am trying to provide you a kind of a consolidated query, which I will be running in front of you. So let's run this particular query, which I've already kept it ready for you. So in some screeners, this ROCE will directly work. On some screeners, you need to give the full form for it. Right, so this has EPS, sales growth, PEG, debt to equity ratio, price to earning, market capitalization, ROCE, current ratio, and promoter holding. Okay, so promoter holding is nothing but the investor's holding percentage in that particular company. Okay, so now with all these inputs, let's run this query and see 18 stocks are getting listed. As I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this particular video, so the query has a powerful result. All around, like almost 5,000 plus stocks has now narrowed down to 18 final stocks. So now you need to do your research on all these 18 stocks, in which one you need to invest. And also, as I mentioned, in these 18 stocks, you would have not seen many of the, or not heard of many of these companies, like Force Motor, which I know, and Vare Renewables. This company is actually funding or like is a sponsor for this IPL. Kowai Medical, So these are some companies which is familiar to me, the remaining are completely unfamiliar to me. So with this, we are at the end of this video. As a bonus, I will provide you one more multi-bagger list of queries which you can use to identify small cap and mid cap multi-bagger stocks. So here we go. So this is the query for it. I will try to pin this in the description, this one as well as the previous query whatever I've used. If you found this video useful, please do leave your valuable comment which will encourage me to post further videos, and I will try to share more advanced stock screening strategies, and I've already uploaded a few more calculators in my YouTube channel. Please do check out those videos also, which will be helpful for you. And if you want a part 2 where we will build specifically for a potential multi-bagger stocks, please do let us know. Thanks for watching this video. Please do like, share and subscribe for FinCompass. Hello everyone, welcome to FinCompass. What if I told you that someone who's spending 50,000 per month today, as on today, might need more than 2.8 lakhs per month after their retirement? That's exactly to maintain their existing lifestyle. Most of the people, they are actually underestimating their retirement plan. They are actually underestimating the inflations. And that's exactly why I've created this simple retirement planning calculator for you today. I will show you how to calculate your retirement corpus, how much monthly SIP you need to do from now, and why inflation is the biggest retirement risk, and how to use the goal seek in Excel, and how to get this calculator absolutely free. Let's begin. Before we get into the calculator and this Excel sheet part, let me ask you a simple question. If your monthly expense is 50,000 today, how much do you think you will need after 30 years? Some people, they don't actually think about the inflation and other parameters. Some they tell 60,000, 70,000, maybe even 1 lakh. But actual number, if you just take 6% or 7% of inflation, approximately the math would come somewhere around 2.87 lakhs per month. You know, your milk cost, your daily essential cost, your vegetable cost, everything would have been multiplied by then. 2.87 lakhs is someone's annual pay at this point in time. Let's start with the overview of this Excel sheet. So here we have 5 sheets in total. The first one is the input sheet, where the yellow highlighted tabs is where you will be manually entering all your input values. And the second sheet is about the corpus build based on some scenarios which I've created. And third one is where critically we will be using the goal seek formula, or goal seek option rather. And then finally we have a dashboard which talks about your expenses, how much you will be investing and all those things. And then a graph which represents your required corpus and the total corpus which is created. And final sheet which describes about the descriptions and some kind of explanations which will help you to understand the terminologies little bit better. If you wanted to understand it in a much detailed way, you can refer to this particular sheet. And the sheet doesn't have any complicated formulas, no VBAs, no macros. So it is just a simple Excel sheet with the formulas whatever we have already discussed in our previous videos. If you have not checked those things, please do check in my channel. Let's move to the next sheet. So here we have the retirement corpus calculation, which has the inputs which is fetched from the previous sheet. So let's start with the current age. So this we are fetching it from the previous sheet, input B5 column. Similarly, retirement age we have targeted as 60, life expectancy as 80. Now just for example, I'll just try changing this number from 80 to 75. You can see this is getting, this sheet also, the value changes. Now per se, I'm just keeping the values as is. I'm not changing anything. Years to retirement is 30. This is nothing but the difference between retirement age to the current age. Similarly, retirement years. Post your retirement, how many years you want your fund to serve you. So that is mentioned here. So this is 20 years as of now. and monthly expense today is 50,000. So this we would have given the breakup in the previous input sheet. And annual expense is nothing but multiplying this 50,000 into 12 times, 12 months basically. Inflation rate is also fetched from the previous sheet. And post retirement return is nothing but the corpus whatever you're having at the age of 60 during your retirement. If you're keeping this fund in some return giving instrument, let's say it could be senior citizen scheme, FD, or real estate based something, or some kind of legit investment strategies, you can try keeping this percentage as per your return calculation. So as of now I'll keep it 0 and let's see the calculation. And here future value expense at the time of retirement. So now this is what you need to understand. Today's expense rate is 50,000 rupees per month. So to maintain this 50,000 rupees lifestyle at the age of 61 post your retirement, it will be somewhere around 2,87,000 rupees for you to buy the same types of milk, groceries, medical expenses, or your daily transport expenses. It could be what all you have actually mentioned in this expense column to maintain the same lifestyle during the age of 61. You need 2,87,175 rupees to lead that lifestyle. Okay, it's really shocking, right? So annual expenses at retirement. So it is nothing but multiplying the 2,87,000 by 12 times, you get this figure. Considering this as the input value, the retirement corpus calculation has been done. Okay, so for you to retire at the age of 60, you need a corpus amount of around 12 crore 67 lakh 66,000 rupees in your savings account, so that you will be able to retire, and that fund will serve you to maintain a normal decent life, which is lifestyle basically. So below this I've given one more table where let's say you're going to retire by age of 50 or 55, 60 and 65. This is the corpus you might need for you to serve the remaining life expectancy period. If you're retiring at 50, you need 27 crores. If you're retiring at 55, you need 18 crores. If you're retiring at 60, it is 12 crore. If you're retiring at 65, it is 8 CR. So here the key is not your investment first. It is the time and the age, whatever you are going to start your investment. So please do start your investment at the earliest possible. And this number looks to be really unrealistic at this point in time. 12 crores, 27 crores, 18 crores. Oh my god, this is like really making me to get stressed. No, don't think so much. So a consistent investment will actually lead you to build a humongous corpus. So keep consistently investing in which are all the financial instruments possible. Try to start saving at this point in time so that you will be able to achieve your financial goal and have a peaceful retirement life. This sheet has little bit of more numbers, so stay with me. I'll try to explain this as simple as possible for you to understand. Okay, let's start here. The required retirement corpus value is 12 crore 67 lakh 66,000. Hope you remember from where we actually got this value. It is from the previous sheet. This is the number at the age of 60. This is the value you should accumulate, right? Now the next one, FV of your existing corpus is nothing, it says 1 crore 49 lakh 79,000. So FV is nothing but future value of your existing corpus. Oh my god, from where this number, my existing corpus has become 1.49 CR, right? So this is nothing but we have actually mentioned our in-hand investment immediately, right? Input sheet B27. Let's go and check there. Input sheet B column 27th cell, which is 5 lakh. So this 5 lakh, if we are investing for a tenure of 30 years, starting from today, for 30 years, if you have maintained, not invested, like kept that fund in some instrument which is giving 12% return, that would have generated 1.49 CR as a corpus, right? Hope this is clear. Now the corpus gap is, so the requirement is 12 crore. We have 1.5 crore. and what is the gap is the difference between these two, right? And now that if you are going to do an SIP of 10,000 rupees, so previously I told I am not going to talk about step up, but I am considered step up here for calculation to understand it easily. So we are considering a step up SIP of 10 percentage on this 10,000 rupees monthly investment. So those who are not aware what is step up SIP, it is very simple. Now this month you are investing 10,000 rupees for 1 year. 10,000 rupees you are investing starting from January till December. The next month you will increase this 10,000 by 10 percentage. So you will invest 10,000 and 11,000 rupees as your next month SIP, right? And your monthly return is nothing but for a 12 percentage return giving instrument divided by 12, this becomes 1 percentage as your monthly return. And what is the tenure you're going to give this when you're going to retire is 360 months, which means 360 divided by 12, 30. So 30 from today, 30 years later we are going to retire. So this 360 represents that. Okay, let me delete this again. So FV SIP contribution. So when you're doing this SIP by investing 10,000 rupees every month and by adding a step up of 10 percentage every year, so we'll be able to accumulate somewhere around 8 lakh 41,000 rupees. Okay, so the total corpus accumulated will be this plus this, which is around 10 CR. But still we are having a gap here. 2 crore 34 lakhs is still a gap. First, let me clarify how this 8 crore 83 lakhs has been achieved. So here, if you see this particular table, first column talks about the months, second column talks about the year, third column is your monthly SIP, and fourth column talks about your opening future value and growth, and then your closing future value, which is the sum of these two things. Clear? So let me explain. With the first year, you are investing for 12 months and you are making a corpus of 1,28,093 rupees. Next year, we are making a 10 percentage step up. So this 10,000 rupees becomes 11,000, right? We are continuing this second year also, where your corpus is built to 2,85,000 rupees. In such a fashion, we are started investing 10 percentage increment year on year, and finally by the age of 30 or end of 30 years we are accumulating 8 crore 83 lakh 41,236 rupees. Let's check this number is correct or not. 8 crore 83 lakh 41,236 rupees. So both the numbers are matching. So the next column is the sum of B5 and B11. B5 is nothing but your existing corpus which is multiplied, and B11 is nothing but your SIP investment amount, right? So both put together we are having 10 lakh. Now the culprit or the one which is threat for us, the shortfall of 2 crores, which is highlighted in red here, right? Now we need to see if we adjust something, we should be able to achieve this or make this difference as 0. What we can adjust, what is the element which is open for us to go and make this adjustment is nothing but your monthly SIP value, right? So this is the only element we should be able to touch upon and make this difference as 0. So this is where we are going to take help of this goal seek and make this gap as 0 and find what is the monthly investment which I need to make for me to achieve this target. I hope you are clear till this particular point. Next, let us see how we can use this goal seek option. Let's start the key thing of our today's video, how to use goal seek. So this is one of the math function. So first, to understand goal seek, to find where is goal seek, so you will see this toolbar. Under toolbar, select data section. So under data section there is a option to do forecast with data. Okay, so under this let's click on what if analysis. Under what if analysis there is scenario manager, goal seek and data table. So let's click on data seek. Okay, then you will get a pop-up like this. Let me repeat it once again for you. So click on the toolbar, data, what if analysis, goal seek. So you will get this one. So just follow this instruction, whatever has been mentioned here. So now our intention is to make this difference to be 0. By changing what? We need to change this monthly input SIP, right? So what is the value this difference should become? It should become 0. So keep this in mind. So now we need to go, just see this instruction in goal seek sheet. We need to change, we should select B15 cell. So B15 cell is this one, select this one. And then what this value should change to? This value should change to 0. And by changing what? We need to change the input SIP. Okay, so let's click, select this and click by changing input SIP. Okay, and now if I press OK, it's giving me an error. Cell must contains a value. Okay, so this error is because I have called out this value from the input page. So now let's directly go to the input page and select this monthly SIP input. So initial monthly SIP 10,000. Let us select this cell and give OK. So with this, we can see the magic happened. The difference of goal seek has become 0. And the FB contribution by investing monthly SIP, this value has increased from 8 crores to 11 crore and 17 lakhs. And the total corpus created is 12 crore 67 lakhs. Right? What is the value now? It has been changed. You can notice this initial monthly SIP has changed from 10,000 rupees to 12,654 rupees, which is a difference of 2,654 rupees is the difference which has been created for us to achieve our target retirement corpus. So let's scroll down. Okay, sorry, I gave cancel. Let me repeat it again once again for you. Data, what if analysis, goal seek. We should select this cell. It should become 0 by changing initial monthly SIP and give OK. And then here you need to press OK to have the number retained. So here we are seeing for the first year the SIP amount is so much, and second year after a 10% of step up it has become 13,919, and by end of 30 years of investment we are seeing the total corpus as 11 crores 17 lakh 86,000 rupees, right? So this is the same number which will reflect here as well, right? So hope you are clear till now how to use goal seek. Now that we understood regarding the goal seek, let's go and see the dashboard, which will give the final summary result of all our inputs. So since the gap or the difference has become 0, you can see the charts, the graph for required corpus and the total corpus are same. Okay, so all these are the inputs which are in the gray colors, and the green colors are the calculated values, and here is the final value which is fetched. Just to show the comparison, let me again go to this input sheet and I'll try to change this 12,654 which we have achieved through goal seek again back to 10,000 rupees and give enter. And let's go and check the graph there. So you can see, just don't get confused. This is marked as 0 rupee, 20 rupee and 100 something like this, because this I have just converted in millions. That's the reason. So you can see this is somewhere around 10 crore 33 lakh something of that sort is the value whatever we are achieving here. Okay, which is not matching. Okay, these two numbers are matching. So now again Control Z. So with this we are achieving with our target required corpus. Clear? And moving on to the last sheet, how to use. So this has the key terminologies, what all the jargons which is there in this particular sheet, the explanation, full forms for it. So please do check out if you are really interested, keen to understand what each and every terminology is about. So this will actually help. So with this video, I have enclosed a link to download this editable Excel sheet. Please do click on the link, try to download this Excel sheet. and try playing with this number. For example, now I'll just quickly change the rent to 25,000. So you can see the total expenses changes to 59,000, and automatically your corpus has been changed from 12 crore to 14 crores, right? So please do play with this sheet. You will understand the sheet much better, and also plan your investment as early as possible for a smooth retirement life. So here with this we come to end of today's video. So if you want a real time explanation about how to create this retirement calculator by yourself in a step by step manner, so please let me know in the comments. I will try to post a video on how to create such an Excel sheet by yourself at your end with simple Excel formulas. I can guide you on this. So please let me know your interest. I hope you found the video interesting and informative. So please do like, share and subscribe to FinCompass, and do share this video with your friends and family. Hello everyone, welcome to FinCompass. Today we are having a new video on mutual funds. So this video will be different from the ones which are already available on the internet on how to choose the right fund. So here we are going to see how we can eliminate from the 5,000 plus funds which is already available in the market by applying filters, and by changing the ranges of those filters, and see which will be the best one where you can focus and invest your money, where which will not have a kind of a very major impact to your fund. So let's begin. Let me explain this interface or this dashboard. So you can see this plane towards your left has the filters, and here you have the list of fund and its details, all the subcomponents or the performance related information which will get listed in these columns one by one. So now let me start applying all these filters which I'm going to discuss today. So once you log in, if you see this reset button is enabled, I would urge you to click this button first and then start applying this filter. So first we are going to click on to equity. So equity is the one which you're going to see today. We are not going to concentrate on debt funds, commodities or hybrids or others. So just to give a quick glimpse, what is commodity? Commodity is nothing but this gold, silver or any other metals, aluminium, copper or whatsoever. If there is a fund related to that, so that comes under the category of commodity. And debt funds is nothing but which is the investment which is made on the fixed assets, something like FDs or bonds or something which is related to corporates, short durations, so, and which is available in the money or cash equivalent, right? And coming to equity, equity is nothing but the investments which is based on the companies, the stocks accumulation. This can be on a single companies, blue chip companies, large, mid, small or combination of something. So these all are categorized under equity. And moving on to hybrid is nothing but it is combination of all the three, or it is combination of any two. So this comes into the category of hybrid, right? And then comes others. Other categories nothing but FOFs, fund of funds. So this is a little bit too advanced at this point in time. Let's park this. I'm not going to discuss anything today because the video is not anyway related to this. Let's stick to equity at this point in time. So the first filter is equity. We have applied this. And next let's click on to the growth funds. So there are other funds which is available, but as of now let's stick with growth fund, and let's move on. We are not going to apply any filter on the AUM. And then comes the 3 year CAGR and expense ratio. So this is not sufficient. We are going to add the next set of filters. For this, let me click this add filter button, and under this first let me untick this first, and then again let me click this one. So it starts as a fresh column here. So previously it was aligned here. For a visual appearance, I just wanted to rearrange it there. And next comes CAGR of 5 years, which is cumulative annual growth return of 5 years, and for 10 years these are selected. And then under risk category I'm not choosing anything, and portfolio compensation I'm not choosing anything, but you can just understand debt holding is nothing but the debt fund ratio in that particular fund which you are going to filter out today. Similarly, equity ratio, large cap, mid cap, and other categories. So this is what this talks about. And then the crucial area is Sharpe ratio, Sortino ratio. P ratio, I will not take this at this point in time. Let me keep it aside, or if I can compare it with category PE, this will make sense for you also to understand. Then let me move on to scheme info. So here I would take lock-in period. NAV is not required at this point in time. So that's it. So these are the filters which I wanted to apply, and you can see 856 funds are getting listed from 5000 plus funds which was previously available. Right? So this is sufficient for you to now go select a fund and start investing. Definitely 856 is also a big number, right? So let's further reduce by changing the values of the filter and try to further narrow down the results and see which fund is performing better and where you can actually invest your money. So let me first start with the minimum limits. So for 3 years CAGR percentage, it starts at minus 11%. So you would definitely not invest in a fund which is performing in negative. Obviously anyone will not perform in a negative return giving funds, right? So let's talk from the inflation perspective. So India's inflation rate is around 7%. So if you are investing in a fund, at least it should give a return more than 7%. Then it will make more sense for you to invest in that particular fund. And if you are a taxpayer, this 7% inflation on an additional of your tax payment to the government, and this returns will definitely not match. So let's at least take 10% as our minimum, right? So once I applied this, from 800 this has reduced to 439. So keep an eye on this results whatever you're getting once I start applying this filter. So now for a 5-year CAGR, let me again change this thing to 10%. So it's further reducing. And 10-year CAGR, any fund to give a consistent return for 10 years is really difficult. Many funds are new, many funds has gone through all these pandemic cycles, war cycles and all those things, and if it is consistent in giving 10% return, consistent is really a good fund which is properly managed well during all these calamities. So moving forward, Sharpe ratio and other ratios. So if you don't know what is Sharpe ratio, sorting ratio, I've already explained these things in my other videos and shorts. Please do go check out those things. So as of now, I'm keeping this Sharpe ratio as 0. Anything above 0 or 1 is really good. So after applying this Sharpe ratio, it has immediately become 102. And Sortino ratio, so I'm making this also as 0. Still the number remains same. And P ratio, I'm not changing anything. Category P ratio also I'm not changing anything. Let me keep it the same. And lock-in period, maybe I'll explain lock-in period. Lock-in period is nothing but I'll pick an example of ELSS fund. So an employees who are working on private companies, they typically prefer this ELSS fund. Why? Because this can be classified under 80C deduction category. So if you invest in this thing, you can actually submit and get some tax benefit under 80C section. But the problem here is when you invest in this fund, you will not be able to withdraw this fund immediately after the the 3rd year. You need to wait for another 3 more years to completely withdraw this particular fund, right? If you need to understand this thing more, please do let me know in the comment. I will give a clarity on how this lock-in period works, right? So I'm not touching anything on this lock-in period, PE and category PE. Okay, so now these filters are applied and we are seeing somewhere around 102 mutual funds. And with the Sharpe ratio and Sortini ratio, let me try and see. Okay, so this filters a lot of funds, so let's not directly do this one. Let me keep this as 0.5. So we have somewhere around 20 funds, so which is decent for us to do our research. So I believe till this you are with me, you're clear. If you have not understood, if you're not clear, please do rewind the video, again watch it, make these concepts very clear or filters how it actually works before getting into the next step. Okay, now with the filtered funds, what and how we are going to further scrutinize and see which fund we can actually select, right? So again, I'm highlighting this is only for educational purpose. I'm not going to like recommend any kind of funds. Please do your research before investing in any of these funds, right? So now let us see the AUM, which is around 46,623.39 crores for SBI focused fund, right? And let's directly get into the return perspective. So you can see in 3 years it has given 17.26, and in 5 years it is reduced from 17 to 13.98, and in 10 years it is around 15.94, right? And let's move on and see what is the Sharpie ratio. Sharpie ratio is 0.5, sohneya ratio is 0.06, and PE ratio and category PE ratio. So whatever I was trying to tell when I was trying to apply the filter, right? So category PE ratio is nothing but for any fund. Let's say the fund consists of automotive, then it is a thematic fund. So that particular fund will constitute a price to earnings ratio. So the category of all the funds which is available under that, specifically the automotive related funds will be categorized, and its average price will be taken, which is nothing but here in this case it is around 27.41. And the PE ratio, whatever you're seeing here, this is specific to this SBI focused fund. We need to see whether these things are close by. If the difference is far high, then it is overperforming, which means the fund has already reached a higher saturation level, or it is trading at a higher NAV than its actual NAV, category NAV. Now if you see here, this HSBC Midcap Fund, the category average is around 33.76, but here it is 39.54. It is slightly higher than its category average. Whereas this Nippon India Infrastructure Fund, you can see it is somewhere around 7 or 8 percentage, which is higher, right? Similarly, if you see this SBI ESU fund, it is actually underperforming. It is almost 20% less than its category average, which means there is a probability this can actually go up very high, or it might further fall down. So it is not actually performing up to the mark, or people are not concentrating on this particular fund. It is something like a hidden gem. So there are two probabilities to it. So it is a kind of riskier to choose this particular fund at this point in time, right? So this is the difference, or the way you should understand how this PE ratio works for mutual funds, right? Let's see whether there is any locking period. There is no locking period here. So here, based on this kind of information, now we need to see how we can better select the mutual fund. So there are like 20 funds which is listed as of now. I'm not going to discuss on selection of funds in this particular video. So till this, we were able to apply filters and kind of eliminate the funds which were not suitable for us to go and invest, and see the range which is better optimized for us to make a kind of specific decisions to choose the fund, and we can invest in that particular fund. I hope you would have learned something new in this video. If you found this video useful, please do like, share and comment, and share these videos with your friend, and do subscribe for FinCompass.
Hello all, welcome to FinCompass. So today we are here with a new video on the fundamentals of investments which any investor should be aware of. So this is about funds, which is a broader classification of mutual funds and SIPs. So you would have heard the buzzing words about this funds, right? Something like blue chip, large cap, mid cap, small cap, then liquid debt or thematic funds, the mutual funds itself and SIPs, and something based on commodities, right? So these are the some varieties of funds which you have really heard of if you are there in the investment market. But many of us, we are actually not aware what is the difference between mutual funds and SIP itself. Let's quickly try to understand about what is the difference between SIP in this video, followed by that the broader hierarchical classification of the funds, how are these bifurcated, and followed by that we'll try to declutter which are all the funds which is necessary for you to focus on as a new investors and the advantages about it. So this is the flow of the video. Stay with me till end to understand the fundamentals very clearly. Let's move on. The major difference between mutual fund and an SIP, which is systematic investment plan, is about the frequency of investment. The investment on mutual fund can be a lump sum investment, and you can do a multiple times of lump sum investment at different frequencies. Whereas in systematic investment plan is about a mindset and a discipline, where you will invest your investment on a regular basis on a set frequency. Coming to the risk, we see SIP as a low risk, whereas mutual fund will be moderate to high risk. And the volatility perspective, SIP will be low, whereas mutual fund will be on the higher side. Now to understand this thing much better, consider a person A is investing on a mid-cap fund and the person B is also investing on the same mid-cap, but A is investing one time and B is investing monthly in a consistent way, right? So the person A assume that if he has invested this particular fund on this mid cap fund when it is completely saturated or it is somewhere closer to the saturation point, in such a scenario he will actually get a kind of a very smaller profits in his investment, whereas this person B who was is investing monthly basis is averaging out the profits. Now let's say he is invested in the month of January. He puts 10,000 rupees. On that particular month, the profit was around 5%. And in the month of February, he got a profit of around 10%. And in the month of March, probably it could be 7%. It can go, since because of the volatility of this particular fund, it could actually fluctuate, and finally he would get a consistent return by end of the year. So here that's the reason SIP, doing SIP on a monthly basis is actually a low risk, and the volatility perspective also defines based on this. Now let's move on to the fund hierarchy classification. So when you see this hierarchy chart, you can see there are so many bifurcation and so many funds which is getting listed here, and there are furthermore funds which is there which is not defined here. Let's not break our brains, break our heads in understanding all these funds. Let's declutter and try to focus on large cap, mid cap, and liquid funds, debt funds, and small cap funds, right? So this will be our focus. Let's focus on blue chip funds, large cap funds, mid cap funds, and small cap funds. Blue chip funds and large cap funds majorly constitutes are the companies, top 100 companies which are already performing very good, or they are the leaders for our country, so they are classified under blue chip and large cap. The next set of companies are called as mid cap funds. Some categories which is having a very good AUM, and they are falls under the startup category. All comes under small cap funds. Now let's go one after the other to understand what is blue chip. So as it's clearly mentioned here, these are the well established companies, something like Tata, Reliance. All these companies are very well established. If there is a minor impact because of geopolitical issue or anything, the fluctuation on this particular fund will be very minimal. This will actually create low volatility on the fund, so the risk appetite on this particular funds are very low, and the growth potentials is also moderate. Why? Because this is already a saturated fund. Cap fund. So large cap funds are the top 100 companies which is there in the market, who are already almost saturated companies, well established business models which they have in our country. Here the volatility rate of such funds are low to medium. Why? Because the mid cap funds are also like pushing them and getting into this large cap particular category, so the risk appetite here would be considered as low to mid, whereas the growth potential is moderate here as well. And moving on to mid cap companies, these are the companies starting from 101 to 250 companies, which as per NSE ranking. So here the market capitalization is medium, and these companies having a higher risk potential because they are very volatile. They start investing on strategic businesses, which is very new, trend based, all these areas, and the growth potential is also very high. At the same time, it has equal amount of risks. Coming to small cap companies, these are the companies which starts from 251 ranking of the NSE chart. So here the capitalization is very small, so they are growing companies. Here the risk is much higher than the mid cap companies. The growth potential is also very high based on their business cases, but there are some risks. These companies may even shut down. So that is the reason many people they are skeptical in investing in small cap funds, right? So I believe you would have understood the difference between large, mid and small caps and also the blue chips. So a broader classification is very clear now. So you as an investor, now you can choose which, based on your risk appetite, where you wanted to invest your fund. If your risk appetite is low, then I would recommend you to go with blue chip or large cap companies. If you are little bit aggressive, try to invest in mid cap, and if you are a very aggressive risk taker, you can opt for small cap fund. Or rather, you wanted to have a composition, you can try choosing a mid cap, small cap and a large cap based on your fund allocation. Let's say if it is 10,000 rupees, if I'm a new investor, I would ration my 10,000 rupees in such a fashion. I would invest probably 2,500 rupees in small cap, 3,000 in a mid cap, and the remaining funds in a large cap. So this is how my bifurcation would be there if I wanted to ration a 10,000 rupees. So thanks for watching this video. If you found this video really interesting, please do like, share and subscribe to FinCompass, and do share this video with your friends.